Welcome to the phases of you and I, because just like the moon, we all go through phases. And on this podcast, we talk about the different phases we all go through in life while keeping it real, raw, fun, and entertaining. I'm your girl, Danny K.
And I'm your girl, Sammy Soul.
And on tonight's episode, we will be talking about the Divine Feminine with our special guest, Cantonette.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Honestly, it's a pleasure and honor to have you here on our show.
Thank you.
Morning. Thank you for coming.
Awesome. Thank you.
Let's just talk about this setup that she got going on.
It's
a vibe, okay?
Thank you.
Is that like historical figures behind you?
It's just people like I draw some inspiration from, like people whose music I enjoy.
That's Queen Latifah.
Queen behind me, Michael down there, Andre. And I keep saying I'm gonna add some more to the wall, but I haven't gotten around to that. But yeah, it's just inspiration.
I like it.
Thank you.
So y'all, we just gonna jump right into it. Y'all should know already. We're gonna jump right into phase 1, which is our affirmations. So we're gonna let our guests go first. So Ms. K. Antoinette, go ahead and give us your affirmation.
Okay, so for today, I gave myself the affirmation that I give myself the grace to be imperfect.
I like it.
Thank you.
I might write that down.
So to remind yourself that, especially as a perfectionist, right?
I was just talking to one of my homegirls about that. Like, when it comes down to like my creativity and business, I be so like, I don't want to release this or that because it's not perfect enough,
Yeah.
So,
and myself, yeah, I like that.
Right.
So my affirmation is everything comes to me exactly at the right moment.
Mm-hmm. Not a second sooner or later.
Right. Yes, patience. So I definitely got to remind myself, like, it's coming. Just relax.
That's hard. Patience is. I'm still trying to master that. It's hard. Okay.
Listen, I was waiting at a line at Zaxby's earlier, and I was getting a little impatient.
Listen, I was on the way here from the doctor. I'm like, y'all need to move, get out my way, something. I got somewhere to be.
Okay.
All right, so mine is I look at every situation as a means to learn and grow.
Like it.
I do that. I feel like I do that. Not at first sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you be mad at first. I really I thought he was a husband. It was another lesson.
But I'm gonna just sip my wine on that one. Because baby, a whole lesson. I'm tired of going to these lessons. Come on now.
I ain't learned yet. I mean,
come on, let me just take the test.
This is the master class at this point.
So I love all those affirmations. We're just gonna jump right into it on phase 2 with just catching up and seeing how everybody's doing, how their week's been going so far. I just start. So my week has been going pretty okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm in a bad mood, but like you have those little moments where it's like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at the same time, overall, this week has been going good. I'm grateful. I'm staying grateful for the things that has been going on, the things that I have accomplished. So I've been overall pretty good and just trying to stay present in the moment. I think that's the best way to put it. Trying to stay present in this moment and not worry so much about the future.
Oh, that part, because worrying about the future, it definitely triggers my anxiety. Mm-hmm. And I have to tell myself to calm down because I really be out of it. Like, I'm like, and that goes with my perfectionist. Like,
yeah,
I'm such a perfectionist and I'm working on that, honestly. But then it's like, why am I not here yet? Why haven't I done this yet? Or, I feel guilty because I haven't done this or I'm not there. So it's like, sometimes I have to step back. Like, girl, you fine. Like, just live in the moment.
I feel like
Definitely just a good moment.
Yeah, same for me. Definitely hits home when you say staying present, because sometimes, especially when you have anxiety, like you said, like your thoughts kind of run away before you even realize it. And then you have to backtrack and figure out, okay, how did I get here? And is it important for me to be 10 steps ahead already?
Right.
And so kind of slowing it down and then keeping stuff in perspective and saying, hey, I have the right to take it slow, take my time, and to be imperfect. Sometimes you're going to mess up, and you got to be able to still love yourself in those moments.
Right.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Have compassion with yourself. Grace, like your affirmation said earlier, like. So, y'all, we're just gonna jump right into the next phase, which is the topic. As Danny said,
is your name Cantonet or K Antoinette?
K Antoinette.
Okay. How have you been overall? How has your week been?
So overall, I've had a pretty good week. There have been some moments like earlier, y'all probably wouldn't even be able to tell, but I was boohoo crying on the phone with my best friend. Just had some just had some emotions.
I want to ask, when was this?
Today it was probably around like 2, maybe 3.
I don't know what's going on, in the universe, but me and Sam had that same, like, we were crying, but we didn't know why.
I knew why.
But we just had a moment where we were just like real emotional. We didn't know why. I think because I was going through ovulation at the time. But
I love this. First of all, because I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, well, yesterday was my ovulation day, but of course, we're still in that effect. So are all of us ovulating for the femininity episode? This is awesome.
Yes. So I was like, it must be because I'm ovulating right now, because it's like I'm just feeling too much emotions and I'm just crying. I don't know why I'm crying.
And it's crazy because it took me like a long time to realize that you get a lot of the same effects in ovulation that you do with your cycle. And we know that with your cycle, like you get all these hormones, but ovulation, like, but yeah.
Like, hey, I thought I was done.
Okay. It's just a cycle. No, this is a month long. This is life.
For real. And men don't understand that. They do not grasp.
They don't want to understand it. They be like, I just have you.
They think we're over exaggerating. We're doing too much. Relax. I can't relax. You tell me to do something I can't do right now.
Okay. But let them get sick or something. They want to compare it. No, baby, it's not the same. It's not the same.
My boyfriend was sick. When was that? Like last week or the week before? And he like balled up on the couch. I'm rubbing his back. I'm like, boy, this is nothing. Like, you don't even know what sick is. Like, come on. Let me give you the pain that cramps give you.
They wouldn't be able to handle it though.
They have a simulator where they do that now, where they put like pads on your
And
I'm like,
be doing that.
We need to have that. Needs to be in sex education class and like middle school and stuff.
It really does.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, week's been pretty good. Great news, but also not so great news. Some stuff that was a little heavy on my heart, but I had a safe space to kind of express myself with that, and we're good. We're lifing out here.
Yeah,
life be lifing. Life's gonna do.
It be life.
It's gonna do what it's gonna do.
Life with or without us,
and is seriously. Well, I am super glad that everyone had a good week. Like they're in good spirits. Like even though we all had our moments. Like so, if you're out there and you had a moment, don't sit in it. Just embrace that emotion at that time, and then I gotta keep going. I still got things to do. I still have goals and achievements to reach. Then it makes sense. But y'all get what I'm saying. Go with it. Yeah. We're just gonna jump right into the topic, which is, as Danny said, divine femininity, stepping into our divine power, that divine energy. But before we do that, we're gonna let Kay Antoinette introduce herself and what she do and everything that she has going on.
This is new for me.
You're always interviewing people, so we putting you on the hot seat today, baby.
Yeah. I'm Kay Antoinette. I am the host of LBF Podcast. We have hard conversations, things that we build upon to become our best selves. And yeah, so that episode comes out bi-weekly. And I don't know, I've had conversations with great people like Danny, and hopefully Sammy will be up there soon. But check it out. I think that people get a lot of good stuff from the content there, and it makes you think, it makes you kind of explore yourself and other people. So yeah.
I've listened to a few of your episodes and I was like, okay, I like her. I like she's really speaking that truth. Like she's making me think like, okay, because like you gotta step into your sensuality, be that woman that you're meant to be in power, and don't let anybody make you feel like you shouldn't or you are not deserving. So I love your podcast. I love what you represent. So yeah, definitely check it out.
Yeah. Thank you.
It was fun vibes and good vibes when I was on her podcast. So
it definitely was. I was like, yeah, kindred spirits.
Yes.
So y'all, well, we just want to jump right into it. So I want to ask you guys, like, when did you realize that you needed to step into like your divine feminine power? Or what was that like epiphany moment? Like, you know what, something's not right. Like, I want to be in that feminine energy.
I can go. I think for me it's when I realized that I did have a lot of masculine energy, and it wasn't necessarily by choice. A lot of it was natural, but there was a good amount of it that was just simply there because I didn't feel that I had safe spaces to even explore that part of myself. I didn't know that part of myself. And so I realized that something needed to be done about it, but I don't think that where I am now was a conscious decision to like go on the journey. I think it just kind of evolved the more my self-love journey kind of happened. So yeah.
I feel it. It honestly, I was watching that made me think of something. I was watching a movie earlier, a journal by a journal. Yeah, I was watching that earlier. I didn't see the whole thing.
I fell asleep on it last night. I turned it on and it started watching me.
I didn't see the whole thing. It was a moment in the movie. I was watching it with my sister and my niece. It was a moment in the movie where Michael B. Jordan and the actress, can't remember her name, but they were all lovey-dovey. And I was just like, ugh, makes me sick. But then I realized my niece was like, out of the blue, she was like, you gotta stop being so hard. She was like, I'm somebody to love you. And I looked at her because, first of all, man, you only 20. Leave me alone.
Who are you talking to, youngin?
You don't, she was like, I know you. You don't allow people to love you. Like, you always putting up that toughness. And she was like, allow somebody to love you, allow to be loved, like, be soft. And I just looked at her, and even though I had made my joke, but in my head, I was like, she right. Like, she's right. So that was another moment for me when I realized, okay, I really got to step into that energy that I know is waiting, and that I know that can bring and offer me more in life, and loving myself even deeply than I do now. And that made me think about that just now.
Y'all both made good points, and I can totally agree with y'all because Sam, I grew up with 3 brothers. I played basketball through middle school and high school, and I played powder puff ball. I played softball, so I was the tough girl or whatever. I had this tough image growing up, little tomboy. So I was just always against being girly, like, that ain't me. Oh no, I'm not wearing a dress. I don't want to wear hair in a wrap. I don't want all this jewelry. I just want to be free and run around like little boys. So, as I got older, I probably say like I'm literally just tapping into it because I was the same way in college as well. But piggyback off of Sam, what you were saying is, allowing someone to love you. Like this relationship that I am in now, it was hard. I had my guards up. I'm like, I got this. Like, I was just this strong, powerful, independent woman. You don't gotta do this and that. I'm gonna do it myself. But you're just allowing him to like actually step in and be this masculine figure that loved me authentically and doing things for me, you know, just seeing it. And I just realized, like, what's the problem? Relax. This is your time and your moment to just relax and just be that feminine power, you know, that tap into that power, because it's deep down inside of you and you got it.
Right.
Tap into it and let this man love you how he can love you, and just receive the love and, you know, give him some love back or whatever. So just going through that transition of, you know, being in a relationship and stuff like that, and growing out of the tomboy stage. I still got a little tomboy in me, but, you know, I have definitely tapped into my feminine power, you know, and, you know, just being more girly, knowing, you know, it's okay.
It's so fun too.
It's okay to pamper yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to take a day off because my cycle is on. Just relax or whatever. So it's just like, just knowing that it's okay, and there is no shame. There's nothing wrong with it. That's power. Being Black and a woman is power.
Power. Yeah.
It all stems off what society has taught us. It's like, oh, you have to be a strong Black woman. Like, oh, like you're carrying the weight over your shoulders. But I think a lot of Black women are stemming away from that. Like, okay, I'm not strong all the time. And we're learning that it is okay to not be okay. Right? We're learning to, like, hey, I need a moment. I need time to get myself together, to get my mind right, to get my mental right. And I love that for us. I love that so much for us.
Right.
Yes, they got this trend on TikTok, the soft girl.
Yeah.
Soft girl. I'm just like, I'm like, no shame.
Soft
I'm
life.
here for it. I am really here for it, because people look at trends like, oh, everybody is following each other, but it's really educating you. Like, it's okay to be soft, because a lot of women, they have to be this independent, strong woman. They have to work hard for this. But to see someone else, like, okay, it's okay to be soft. This is how my soft life. This is how I live my soft life, and you can do it too. You don't have to be the stereotype that society has made us to be. I like this little trend going on TikTok.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones, to see like, especially Black women
Yes.
deciding for themselves, like, all right, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna be kind to myself. And I'm only gonna invite like the gentle, the good, and the luxury into my life, however that looks for each person. But I also think, like, I look back on myself and I'm like, I've always had both, right? We always say you got masculine and feminine, and I've always known that I have both. But somewhere along the way, there was this idea that you had to choose either or, that you couldn't be both. And so the safest thing for a young Black girl like me to do was to choose to be masculine, because it didn't feel safe to be feminine, right? And unlearning that meant that I could explore my femininity without having to give up my masculine, and I could be both. And so now they kind of like fuel each other. Like, the more I'm feminine, the more I know that I can turn that switch on and, you know, also take care of myself and be the strong, independent. But I can also like bat my eyes and be like, can you carry this box for me, please, sir? Like, it's both, and I can be both, and I can know that I don't have to choose between two very real halves of myself.
I agree with that.
I agree. But that also made me think of something like, okay, so when you want to show, and this is me speaking from experience, like the last situation I was in, like, you know, you want to show that softness, but at the same time, some men, I'm not going to say all, some men make it hard. Like, okay, you can be consistent for this amount of time, but at the same time, like, okay, now I'm about to give you that energy that you're giving me. I'm about to show you that masculine energy where, like, you know what, it is what it is. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to show you that tough side of me. And at the same time, a lot of women we really don't want to be like that. Like, we want to, like, we crave that softness where we can be like, okay, like you said, carry that bag for me, or carry that box for me. Like, I don't want to be like, okay, you know what, I'll do it myself.
Right. I think it also starts with you too. Cause like, me creating space in my own life to be feminine, it started with me. And I didn't realize people identified me as feminine until they started telling me. I was like, oh, I guess you're right. You know what I'm saying? I had to start looking at like how my life and how I treated myself changed over time. Because like you said, I was the tomboy. I didn't want to wear dresses. I cried when my mom wanted to put bows in my hair.
That was
You
me.
know, like, so it's just like my idea about who I was and how I identified and how I presented myself started to change the more I started to explore myself and give myself the space I needed. And so when I came into contact with men, regardless of whether they wanted me to allow me the space to be soft or not, I was still giving that to myself. And then I realized, okay, if I can't be soft with you, then you got to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to be able to be both. I shouldn't have to be overly soft and I shouldn't have to be overly masculine. I need to be a balance, the same balance that I am when I'm by myself. You need to be able to allow me to be balanced when I'm with you.
I love that. I love that. Definitely love that. So I think that's a good point to like, okay, so that makes me think, oh, we're gonna transition. It said, like, what would you guys say like the difference is between being wounded feminine and being divine feminine?
I was thinking about this term when I was like reading the outline, and I was wondering because I hadn't seen it before. So just based off of like what the wording says, I think a wounded feminine is somebody who is trapped in that box understanding of what femininity is, right? That you have to be submissive, you have to be docile, you have to be quiet. But femininity presents itself in so many ways. And sometimes people think femininity is synonymous with weakness, but it's not. Femininity is power, right?
And I really
right. Anything feminine is pink and weak. It's like, no. But I think when you're wounded and you have this warped understanding about what it means to be a woman, what it means to be feminine, you think about the ways that you can be of service, and that energy can be of service to others and not to yourself. As opposed to divine femininity, it's like you empower and embrace that and you share that, but you also protect it. And so it's like you have a healthier understanding of yourself, and then you allow that to emanate from you.
I love that. I agree with everything you said. I agree with that. Because like Reese, like when we were thinking about this topic, like I saw something, I was like, okay, like you said, I never heard anybody put it that way, wounded femininely and divinely. So I was like just reading, I was just thinking like, okay, and it brought up some like great topics, like the wounded allow like divinely, you're allowing people, like you said earlier, allowing people to do things for you and being okay with it and not feeling like a burden. Or maybe like even if it's something material, like getting dressed up, even when you're going to a casual event, like if that's how you feel at that time. She said, that's me. Dressed up and like, okay, you know what, not worrying about like I'm overdressed, like, hey, this is what I felt good in at the moment and this is what I'm gonna wear. And it's like, I would think like wounded is like, okay, stop compromising who you are as your true self and just live and be true to yourself. Like, so I was like, okay, that was a good way of putting it. Like when I read the article.
Yeah.
I agree with y'all.
Well, as the overdressed friend, Danny, how has that experience been?
The overdressed friend, Sam, no, I like to dress up. Sam, no, you should have seen me for my birthday.
Yes, look good. She looked good.
But, you look fed.
Y'all see, I saw this TikTok where this girl, she was mad because her friend was more dressed up than her.
That's crazy.
And I would have to disagree. Like if my friend is more dressed up than me, I wouldn't be like, even if it's my birthday, I'm not a selfish person to where I would be mad. Girl, you look good.
Exactly.
Like I'm gonna like, yes, you did that. Like you better show up and show up for my birthday too. But I just like dressing up, especially like when I'm going out, because when I don't go out, I'm bummy.
See, that's that wounded femininity. That's what you were talking about.
So when I do step out that door, just best believe.
Yeah.
I'm definitely stepping.
I'm in a space where I'm learning now. Like I want to step more into that divine power and dressing up more, because I would throw on some jeans in a minute. Like even though I've always been a girly type, like, but jeans, as I got older, jeans is where it's at. But now I feel like I'm in this space. Like, y'all, I went thrifting like 2-3 weeks ago. When I tell you, the only thing I bought was skirts. And I was just like, okay, I want to start wearing heels more. I want to really start getting dressed up and just like, taking myself out, going out on dates and just looking cute. Because I don't care if y'all looking, because I look good. And
ain't nothing like walking in the room and you could just feel. You can just feel the energy, right? Right? You can just feel it. That is the power of femininity when it comes to like owning it and knowing it. And it's crazy because clothes have a lot to do with that. Mm-hmm. And you wouldn't think it, but it's the way you dress yourself. I know that the way I dress myself is dependent on my mood and how I see myself, right? So a lot of times I might have somewhere to go and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna wait till the morning to figure out where I want to wear because it depends on how I feel. But more and more I'm going in my closet and I'm choosing dresses because my femininity wants to be expressed. It wants to be shown. It wants to be celebrated, And that's just, an example of the journey. Like it's going to present different ways in everybody. So maybe it's the skirts for you and not the dresses, Maybe it's you like figuring out the shade of like eyeliner or something that's going to make your eyes pop out. It might not look like Danny's. It may just look like Sammy's.
I know that's right.
And for me, I have tapped into I have been able to tap into my masculinity and my femininity because once I had tapped into my divine femininity, I became the girly tomboy. I put the girly in front. I'm that's my Snapchat name. I'm the girly tomboy because I'm gonna wear a crop top with my waist beads, but then I'm gonna wear some boyfriend jeans or some baggy jeans, probably with some sandals or some sneakers. But then also I'm gonna have my lashes. And y'all gonna see the lip gloss popping with all the jewelry that I have on. So it's like I am, taking in both my masculinity and my femininity at the same time. And yeah, I've been trying to I'm not a dress or a skirt person, and I've been trying to tap into wearing some dresses and skirts, but it's just not working out for me because my shape is just.
What do you mean your shape is just what? It's what? Gorgeous.
I don't have a bad shape, but when it comes time to when I did like a whole Forever 21 haul. Like I bought a lot of stuff from Forever 21, and I bought this dress. The top, it's a nice dress. Top is too big, bottom too big.
Yeah. Well, it's a small chested.
Listen, I'm an all up here, but I'm also a medium at the bottom, so it is really hard for me to find.
At this point,
well, you said
I do want to try to wear more dresses more.
Y'all want something? I'm willing to share.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay, because I don't wear bras, and baby, I don't
either. I don't know the last time I haven't worn a bra since probably like 2018.
You know what? And it's feminine, like nipples be making people mad. I tell you, because when I walk in with no bra on, people be so offended. I don't know what your problem is.
I remember one day I decided to wear bras to work. Y'all, no lie to y'all. It's even on my TikTok on my lunch break. I was in the car and I took that bra off. I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot.
What kind of gel is this?
The bra is not working.
I have that moment. Like, I really wish I could have that moment and not just I just want to be out, just being free. It's just something about that freedom that feels good, other than being in bed and just okay, I'm free at home, but just it's irritating.
So for you, what keeps you from doing that?
I don't know, because I do have a couple of shirts that the nips be nipping, but I'm not even gonna
let them nip. You already know me. I don't care.
I would literally put on a bra, and I was like, I'm not ashamed to say it. I'll stuff the size in and be like, you know what? I don't want the nips to nip today, or at all. But I don't know. But then one of them shirts, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Forget it. It is what it is.
My itties are bitty, but the babies be bricked up. Okay, I will say that they be waving to everybody and saying hello in every room I walk in, and I don't care because you see them and they're cute. Say hey back and keep it moving.
That's right. I love it. Okay, so So what are some things, like if there's anyone out, like what are some things that help you guys like out of like to step into that divine power? Like what are some things that you did or you learned throughout your journey?
I feel like for me, doing journaling and shadow work really helped for me because I was able to realize like a lot of things that had me suffering or a lot of things that was holding me back from who I really am. So being able to like journal my thoughts or, you know, why I do the things that I do and how it has affected me, or even my childhood trauma and my childhood, you know, history, how that has affected me as well into why I do things that I do, how I do things that I do. And even like when it comes down to like friendships and relationships and stuff like that. So I feel like journaling, shadow working, and you know, just healing your childhood traumas really helped me tap into my divine femininity.
Yeah.
And reading a lot of books.
Yeah, reading helps. Reading helps with anything. Can you I'm sorry. I guess getting a cat. But no, I agree. I think it's multiple answers, and I think is across different spans of time and different chapters in your life. Definitely had to ask myself why I had more masculine energy and had to explore the truth of those things and find the roots of them, like childhood issues, different spaces that caused me to be more hard, you know what I'm saying, instead of like the soft person that I naturally was as well. Because I was both, but I just was giving more to one side of myself than the other. So I had to ask myself why. And then I didn't realize it at the time, but when I really started dating myself, that was kind of like the genesis of my femininity journey. And it kind of allowed and opened up a space for me to, okay, yeah, let's get dressed up. Let's make ourselves feel good. Let's make ourselves feel soft and safe and, you know, doing those kinds of things that we usually wait for a partner to do. Giving myself those things that I was expecting allowed me to kind of cultivate an environment where my femininity can kind of flourish. And I don't know, just allowing myself and really exploring who I was so that I can express who I was without apology. Like, hey, yes, I can be the girl that rocks baggy jeans, but I also like putting heels on with it. I want to be able to wear a short, cute little dress, but I also want to be able to you know what I'm saying, put a suit on sometimes. Like it's both, and being able to embrace the entirety of who I am as a person allow me to really develop my femininity journey, because you can't have that without the other.
That's true.
I like what you said, especially with dating yourself, because I used to, you know, date myself a lot, take myself out on dates, dress up, and just go out. Sam will tell you, I used to go to the movies and out to eat all the time. That was my thing every week. Movies and dinner, back to back. And then I started buying myself flowers. Like,
yes,
every week I'll buy flowers. And then when I got into the relationship, he started out buying flowers, so he already knew what it was, where my flowers at.
But you were teaching him in your softness, like, hey, this is how I like to be loved softly. This is how I like to be shown, like, I don't know, some kind of interest in this feminine energy that I have. And so because you were already doing that, he was able to kind of step in and kind of take over. Not completely, because I'm pretty sure you still do some of that stuff for yourself. But it's just like, it's nice that you had that blueprint already in place. So he knew, hey, this is what my expectations are, and this is how you show up, because this is how I show up for myself.
Right.
See, I think I'm in that space now of really learning. After so many, you know, failed relationships, I'm learning, like, you know what? I realized, and this is me taking accountability. I realized, like, you know what? You wasn't showing up for yourself, so they're not going to be showing up for you how you expect them to show up for you. So, like today, I tried to, yeah, my self date just failed today, but it's okay because I'm going to try again. Like, I was trying to take myself out to this little, because you're in Florence, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's this top hat tea spot that I wanted to try out. And I was
what
like,
is that?
Huh?
What is that?
It's a tea spot where they serve like all different types of teas. And I was like, okay, I want to give this a try. We're going to have to make a date and we can go.
I'm about to say, well, come on, because listen.
But I tried, like, I didn't pay attention to what time they closed, but y'all, I got cute, put on my little dress, my little hot top, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling good, I'm cute. So I'm about to go in there and just try some teas, try their food out. Got to the door, like, y'all don't close until 3:00. It's 2:30. Why is it locked?
They said they gotta go. They had stuff to
do. They probably like, this heat got me.
It was so hot today.
And that heat. Oh my goodness.
Doing too much.
Oh, that's feminine energy right there. Cause I definitely got in the house and took my clothes off.
Really?
Got naked.
Bro, I walked to the packing center, came back in his house. I said, oh Lord. Ooh, child.
So I even thought about, like, even after that didn't work out, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the park. But the heat was like, no, you're not going.
Yeah, you got to do it in the morning or in the evening. You got to plan this stuff. Cause I take morning walks, but that.
Yeah, it was definitely, the heat was out there, and I was like, no, I'm gonna just go in the house. We'll try this another day.
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
And I want to add something else to this. One thing that this really helped me. I'm gonna tell y'all, this really helped your girl. Masturbating, honey.
I knew you was about to say. I was like, please say it.
Girl, masturbating. Like,
yes.
I'm trying to tell you, like, it just give you.
Mm-hmm.
When you can make your own self orgasm, it just gives you this whole different type of power.
Yes,
like,
because you release that power from
like,
a man.
Oh, I got superpowers. Oh, I can't stop.
I'm a little salty right now.
Oh, what?
Zombie is coming, baby.
You've never orgasmed?
I never.
Have you? Do you try to get yourself there, or just not with a partner?
I both, but recently, like, you know what, I'm trying with myself, and it's just like, Samantha, what's not clicking? It's like, what's not clicking, Steven?
Right.
And it's just, I think that's what it is. I think I'm too much into my head and not trying to enjoy the moment.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, and when it happens, I'm like, y'all, I'm hyped.
No, when it happens, them walls gonna shake.
Oh,
ain't nothing like starting your morning with a little orgasm. Okay, talk about feminine energy.
It's gonna be like the Kappas shaking, doing a shimmy.
Shimmy. Oh. Yeah, honestly, I agree. I think that helped me a lot, because what it gave me ownership of my body, whereas I was giving that power away to a partner, whether that, however y'all partners look, but I was giving that energy away to a partner to kind of please my body. And when I kind of really went on my journey to explore it, and then to do it on a regular basis, because sometimes I was only doing it when I felt like I had to have something, and not just making it a part of a self-care routine where it's just like, hey, you deserve pleasure, so why not please yourself? Knowing that it was okay for me to do it, and knowing that, okay, what better person to, I don't know, what better way to orgasm than the person who knows my body the best. So, yeah, for you, probably, Sammy, you probably just, like you said, just relaxing and see if there's anything else like blocking you from that, like, because it might be something deeper.
Your environment as well.
Oh yeah,
that could be another thing.
Yeah.
Well, for me, my first time, I was in a dorm room.
Wait, okay. A stimulating environment.
Watching a little kid.
A stimulating environment. Okay. I was pretty young when I started.
How old were you, if you don't mind me asking?
I was young. I was probably like 7 or 8 when I started exploring my body. Yeah.
Like, did you ever have that talk with anyone, or were just like you were exploring, you figuring things out yourself?
It was never a talk. What happened was I stumbled upon porn before I was supposed to. And kind of, started exploring my body, which I didn't know what it meant. I just knew the sensation felt good. And so it started, but it was a lot of shame around it, because when I got older, you're getting messages that you're not supposed to do these things.
Right.
So for a long time, my masturbation was coated in shame. And so when I kind of released myself from that is whenever I was able to have like the most intense ones, the most enjoyable ones, and then get up from those sessions without feeling embarrassed that I was able to please my body. So yeah.
I remember when I was in 5th grade, I had read this book, and this girl, she was talking about grooming herself. Then she got a mirror, she put it down there, and she looked, and then I started getting the mirror, putting it down. But I never like explored like after that, because I didn't, I was 10, I didn't really have any knowledge in that, and I didn't, I didn't really care about it. I was just worried about sports, playing basketball, going outside, hanging with my cousins and stuff like that. So I always remember like that book of me putting my mirror down there and looking to see how my thing look or whatever. And I was like, why is this in elementary school? And not sex ed.
Yeah, that needed to be like sex ed or something.
So it's just like, book can be in a library, then why can't sex education be in schools?
That's
true.
Right. For me, I want to say, I really didn't have I guess when it sparked, okay, I need to explore my body I want to word this. I was about 9 or 8, but I didn't discover it on my own. I had a family member who felt me up, and it was just like, okay, I was always taught like nobody's supposed to touch this area. So I think honestly, now I'm actually saying it out loud, that's probably like why I'm so uncomfortable and I can't get the pleasure that I need for myself, because I felt like it was taken from me in a sense, like people touching me inappropriately, like, and it's like, okay, be comfortable with it. Like at the same time, like it happened. I have to come to terms with like it happened, but at the same time, you have to gain control over your body and over like, okay, I'm in control of this. I want to feel how I feel. Like you said, like I felt that shame when it came to it. Like, okay, like this wasn't right. So I think that's where it stems from. So yeah.
And that's very, like, I applaud you for sharing that with us, because honestly, like that was kind of like a sexual trauma for you probably, you know? And so like, don't be so hard on yourself that you can't climax, because it's a lot of different things you're probably trying to work through to even get there. You know, so even if like you feel like you want to talk to someone about it, or if you feel like it's something that you can handle on your own, just give yourself that grace, because it's not easy for women in general, but to actually add a different layer to that makes it even more difficult.
Yeah, most definitely.
I think I just came to terms with that. So yeah.
Yeah.
It was a moment for me. So I guess what are some, I guess that can lead into the next question. Like, what are some misconceptions about feminine energy?
Like she said earlier, that you like weak.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah, like people look at you like, sometimes they look at you like you're doing too much, or you're extra, or whatever, because they haven't tapped into theirs, or they don't just they just lost in the source. They need to get out the source.
Right. Or that is just sexual. It's just sexual energy. It's just sexual power.
I feel like that misconception comes a lot from men.
Of course.
Yeah, a lot of women that that has tapped into their femininity, and they just like, oh, you doing too much, or let me slide in her DMs, or I wanna tap that or whatever. And it's like none of that. It's like, why can't I dress how I want to dress and be comfortable and be happy? And
oh, I've had several of those conversations happen in the DM. Sir, just because I'm talking about certain topics or dressing a certain way or presenting myself as such, you do not know me, one. And you do not have the right to.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I know who I am, and I know who I am, and I know who I want. Shout out to Oshun.
Okay.
But men be so worried about what we doing with our femininity and masculinity that they don't even know shit about their own masculinity.
Of course.
They shy away from their femininity, not understand that y'all have feminine powers too.
I was just, and they're scared.
Men are really off in the sauce. They got to get out. Get out.
Yeah. I've had a lot of different conversations throughout the years with men where I have to explain to them, like even that one of the last episodes I did, it was on sensitivity. I think people attributed that quality to just being a woman or just being feminine. And I'm just like, what do you do when you don't understand that you have both? You restrict yourself from being able to express emotion. And the problem with that is like you said, you're so busy policing how other people present themselves in this world and how they are understanding of who they are, that you don't even know who you are. Like, you don't know that it's okay for you to have feminine energy because you've already assigned all these negative qualities to what it means to be feminine. So now, of course, you don't want to assign that to yourself. You don't want to say I'm feminine because you don't think that is anything of value. It's like you have both, and you're only hurting yourself when you don't embrace both of them.
I agree.
It's so sad because someone literally woke up and be like, women, you're just feminine, and men, you're just masculine, and then everybody just went on with it.
And that's about like the roles, like why everyone, like why we can't share the roles, why we can't be equal, why is it so hard? And it makes me think about like the workplace, how men will get paid more than women, and it triggers a lot of things and affects a lot of things because they put this title on it, like men got to be masculine all the time, the women got to be feminine. Like, no, like
it's a lot. And I saw this TikTok one day when one woman was saying like she would be glad the day that we let go of the term masculine and feminine. And at first I was just like, well, why would we do that? Because it's a truth. But I think the deeper part of what she was saying is we all have both.
Right.
And the day that we realize we don't have to talk about it is the day that we all are embracing it. And so it's not a thing to even talk about anymore. So I look forward to that if I'm still alive when that happens. But yeah, it's a lot of work to be had for a lot of people in this world to understand that, you know, it's not a problem for you to embrace what is naturally already there.
I agree. And it makes me like the next little subject. I feel like we already talked about this. It's like, why do you think it's like so hard for some women stepping into their feminine power? And I feel like it's because they haven't accepted that they can be soft, or that they are deserving to be. I will say it that way, that they are deserving to be soft and to show that side and really step into it. And as far as like being willing to heal themselves and understand like, okay, hey, I deserve this. I'm learning and unlearning new things. So I feel like we pretty much talked about it, but we touched on it a little bit.
Yeah. And it's like,
oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Like, if you wait for somebody to give you that space instead of taking it, and instead of creating for yourself, you're never going to step into it. Because a lot of times, like we said before, like you'll wait for somebody to say, hey, it's okay to be feminine, like you're safe to do it, instead of taking the risk to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, regardless of whether other people think it's a good idea, regardless of whether other people appreciate it. This is who I am already. So instead of me kind of stifling that part of myself, I'm going to express it, and either the people can fall in line or they can get out the way.
I have a question. Have any of you ever been taught to be feminine or any feminine characteristics or traits as a child?
Of course, it's the keep your legs closed. It's the wear dresses, right? It's the image of what we know, like we think of when we hear femininity, right? It's the softness, it's the girliness, it's all of those things. But until you really know who you are, you don't know what your feminine energy is.
Right.
I feel like it's like a fingerprint. Like I said, it's different for everyone. Like my feminine energy is not the same as yours, and vice versa. So us trying to subscribe to like these gender roles and placing ourselves in these different arenas where people tell us this is how you be feminine doesn't always work because it doesn't fit.
And that goes to my point of, like you said, we're taught to keep our legs closed and all of that, but we aren't taught to, like, you know, date yourself, buy yourself flowers, you know, do all the other stuff that, you know, we're doing now. And how many times have we watched our parents, you know, have this figure of being a strong woman. You know, I came from a single parent home. So my mom, she was a mom and a dad. So she working 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, take care of the household, cutting the grass, you know, doing all of that. So it's just like kind of hard to see the soft side of her.
Right.
And my grandmother, although she was married and she was a housewife, she also was a foster mom. So she had a lot of foster kids that she took care of several times. So she in the house, in the kitchen, cooking, making sure everybody eat, getting kids ready for school, and she's doing all this stuff. So she don't even have time for herself until she go to sleep. So I just feel like a lot of people, they don't understand what it is to be feminine or what it is to be soft because they saw their parents and their grandparents and their great grandparents having to be the strong woman, even while in a marriage, because while the husband is at work, they're doing all the work around the house.
Right. Or they receive the message about like what femininity means, right? So it's like your grandmother example, like being in the home. Oh, she's in that role. She's feminine, right?
Yeah.
But in your mind growing up and what the message you receive like unconsciously is that me being feminine means I'm always of service to other people. Means I have to give up. So I don't invest back into myself. I don't give back to myself. I give of myself to other people. I give everything I have away. And I think that is a version of femininity. I don't think it's necessarily healthy, but it was a survival mode for a lot of our parents and grandparents.
Yeah. I agree, because that's pretty much what I saw, the strong Black women, the independent women. So I never really saw that soft side of my grandma or my mom. Like I've seen them cry, but it was just, I felt like it was more so like, okay, I'm crying out of anger and not just, or they'll brush it off. So I always saw that soft, that toughness. Like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. Not really embracing the feeling of how they really feel, just being strong at all times. So,
right.
I never seen my mother or my grandmother cry.
Really?
Unless it was in church, crying at the altar.
And so this was what makes me like feel like there's different levels of like different privileges. Because I think one of the important reasons why I understood that I had both after a while was because I did have that. I had a mother who, I mean, she was married to my dad, but she took care of everything in the house, right? So she was basically like a single parent on some levels. So she had a lot of masculine energy, but she also expressed her emotions. She cried. She was soft. She was gentle with us. You know, she would, you know, if I wanted to go and lay in her lap, I got the affection to do that. And so I think that what you're saying is very important to how you understand what your journeys are now, because now I'm realizing like that was a very important journey of mine, like being able to see those things within her.
I feel that.
Even when my brother passed, I never seen her cry from that.
So for you, femininity meant stoic, meant,
and that's for so long. It's been hard for me to show my emotions. Like I've never shown my emotions. People look at me as nonchalant. It's like, and then like even in relationships, guys thought I didn't care because I never showed my emotions, or you know, I gave them like a nonchalant vibe. And sometimes it wasn't that. It wasn't that. I just don't know. I didn't know how to, or I was taught to. I was just taught to like be tough. And when
brush it off.
When I did cry, I used to get teased all the time. Or you a cry baby, or you don't need to cry. Be tough. So it's like, dang, I gotta be tough.
Yeah. It's so much stuff to unpack when it comes to like just figuring out how to just be yourself.
Yes.
I realized like I'm finally coming, like you said, being yourself, finally coming to terms and learning like what Samantha likes, what Samantha wants in life, what are my standards, what are my boundaries, and that all that combined is what makes you feminine. It was makes you step into your power. And when I feel like once you step into that power, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm not going back. All that other stuff, like, yes, I'm grateful for that experience and what it taught me. But at the same time, I'm staying right here. I'm loving, or I'm moving up. Like I'm moving up and getting deeper and loving myself more. So I definitely feel like that makes us as women be more in tune with ourselves and loving ourselves more.
Yeah.
The last question I had, we pretty much answer it like since the beginning. Like, can women be men and women be both feminine and masculine? And y'all, the answer throughout this whole
time, can.
You should be.
Can.
Please, because if you're not, you need to be in somebody's couch talking, figure that out.
Can, honey.
I love it. I love that. Like, for anybody out there that is wanting to know, like, how can I be more soft, or how can I step into that soft lifestyle, just start with you. Like Kate Antoinette said, it starts with you. It starts with learning what you like, what you don't like. Take yourself on dates, and don't be ashamed. Like, hey, I'm sitting in this restaurant by myself. So what? Is the food good? Is the drinks good? Enjoy it.
That's smacking away.
Like, that's all you should be worried about, and embrace that. Like, if you're going to an event, like, and if wear what you want to wear, and don't like, I got to dress for the occasion. No, like, is that what you want to wear?
Well, my girl, be like my girl Nola Darling, okay?
Oh, okay.
Listen,
Nola Darlings of the world.
Right. Just be Nola Darling.
I did want to add, because it made me think, because when you said take yourself on dates, I realized like I take myself on like different kind of dates now too. And I think when I started improving the relationship I had with my inner child and my inner teenager is when I started really embracing all of those energies even more. Because when you're a child, you have both and you express both. It's only until somebody tries to course correct you to tell you that you have to choose one or the other that you become either more feminine or more masculine. And so embracing that and nurturing those inner children, nurturing that inner teenager in you kind of does help feed into healthy expressions of not only your femininity, but also your masculinity too. And for me, it's helped me be more balanced in both of them.
I feel that. And that made me think about, in middle school, your girl wanted to play football so bad. Like, really wanted to play football. And I talked to I went as far as talking to the coach. He was like, you don't even got to try out. You're on the team. And I was on some stuff like, am I going to get playing time? Because I'm not trying to be no water girl. Like, he was like, no. He was like, you're on the team. You will play. So when I brought it to my mom and my dad, my mom was okay with it. But my dad was like, no, we not. He was like, no. He was like, we're not doing that. And I was just so confused. Doug was like, no, we're not. And I was so confused. Y'all, that really hurt my feelings because I really wanted to play. He was like, no, that's a boy sport. Like, you're a girl. Like,
it's the same thing.
Yeah, cheerleader or something. So that's when I ended up like, you know what? Okay. It had me thinking, like, can I do any sports at this point? Like, so I was like,
off ball.
Yeah, like. So I ended up, like, in results to not playing football, I ended up being on the step team. Even though I loved it, it was just like, but I really wanted to play football. I wanted to tackle somebody, like.
And it's just like even when you look on the other side of that, when you see little boys being told, oh, you can't play with this toy because it's a girl toy, or you can't wear this color because this pink is a girl color. And it's just like, wow, I understand some parents trying to, put their own understanding into their parenting. I get it. I also think there's something to be said in not being so strict in how children express themselves because they're trying to figure out who they are and what they like. Yeah. And when you do that, when you say, hey, you can't do this because you are this, that is another way of you understanding what femininity and masculine mean. I can only do these things because they're softer, because they're for girls, because, that's what I am. And I can only do these things because I'm a boy and that's what it means to be a boy. And then, it's the same thing as gender roles and it's wrapped up in a whole bunch of other stuff too. But yeah, it's a disservice.
My nieces, they like Spider-Man. So when they came to me and said they wanted a Spider-Man toy, I went and got them a Spider-Man toy because I like Spider-Man too. They wanted cars. Okay, you're going to get cars. And I got this one niece. When I say she is a girly girl from head to toe, do not step on her shoe. Then you're going to have to take her shoe off and carry her. She's only 4 years old. She like to wear makeup. She like to wear dresses. That's all she wear is dresses. She is a diva. She
Right.
walk. Her mom or her grandma got to pick her up because she don't want to mess up her shoes. But when I said that girl loved basketball, that shook me because I'm like, this little girly girl like basketball. But yes, so me and my mother, we bought her basketball or whatever, and she be outside just bouncing her ball with her heels on. And I'm just here for it. I'm here for it. I was like, oh my goodness, I love this.
Because she's already understanding, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean like, oh, I have, because she don't know these things yet. And so y'all are nurturing that journey for her. And so when she grows up to be a basketball star and she's killing it and still stepping out to the after party in heels.
Right. Oh my God, that's so cute. Because when I was her age, you couldn't pay me to put heels on or makeup. So the fact that she's comfortable with doing both, you know, and I was like, okay, this girl knows what she wants.
I know that's right. So before we end the topic, I want to ask, like, what is some advice, like if there's somebody out there, what are some advice that you would give to the ladies out there who's wanting to step into their feminine energy but just don't know where to start? What advice would you give them? Like, what are some things you would tell them to do?
I would say start with joy. What makes you feel joyous? Start there. And that's going to lead you on a journey that might not necessarily start with your feminine energy, but it will, if you do the things that make you joyous, you will come back to yourself. And when you come back to yourself, you'll be more balanced in both of those things. So start with joy.
I love that. I agree. I would say
take your time.
Take your time, Pastor. I would like to say, okay. I would say learning and unlearning. If you're in a space in life where the things that you have been taught doesn't align or you don't agree with, unlearn those things and learn what you like. So unpacking those things or those traumas and just pretty much heal yourself. Start with you, like heal yourself, work on you so you can really understand your wants, your desires, your needs, whether you have standards and your boundaries. So just pretty much learning yourself.
I agree with both of y'all. And also just do things that you want to do, no matter what anybody thinks. Like do what brings you joy or whatever. Heal. Don't worry about what the outside have to say or whatever, and just do it like Nike. Put your Nikes on and just do it.
Just do it.
With your dress, okay?
That part, they got Nike dresses. So I ain't know Nike made dresses.
Oh no, not loving basketball.
They do. Come on. I'm playing for I don't know which birthday it was, but I had on Adidas skirt. It was really cute. It was getting really girly tomboy. Like I had my little crop top with my Adidas skirt, and then the morning time, the afternoon, I had my heels on. That nighttime when we went out, I had put on my sneakers because it was like it's called Play Lounge. So they had like slides and different games in there you can play. So I couldn't wear heels in there. But I gave off that masculine, feminine energy.
Right.
So put on your Nike dress, your Adidas dress, and
just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Tap into you, like really learn who you are, really dissect, shadow work and do what you gotta do to learn you or whatever. And like Sam said, unlearn and relearn.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So y'all, if y'all don't have any more else to say on the topic, because that was a topic for you. Like I love it. I love it.
I mean, because we can go on and on, but you like
to talk. Like
I'm good with it because I never put any time limits on my episodes. So
we just be going on and on. When we have guests, we don't know how to act. You are our second guest, by the way. So
it's an honor.
Okay, so y'all just do what feels good to you at the end of the day. whatever you like, just do it. That's pretty much what we're saying. And that's the start to your journey.
And tap into both powers. Just tap into both of them. That's it. Just tap into both of them. You got both.
It's okay. It's okay. So y'all, that was phase 3, the topic, divine femininity. We're gonna move it along with phase 4 with what's tea in the streets.
Ooh.
What's tea in the streets? Like,
I go first.
Go ahead, girl.
I always want to go first with tea in the streets because I don't be knowing what's in the streets. So when I do have something, I don't want y'all to pick it. Okay, so my tea in the street is our girl, y'all. She got a lot of haters and people been hating on her since, the beginning when she first came out into the scene. She's been doing her thing. But I had so much hope in her and I have so much faith in her that Jesus will turn it around. Yes, he'll turn it around for her good. And I am really rooting for this girl despite, what she done in the past, despite her mistakes, because we're humans and we all make mistakes. But our girl, Sha'Carri Richardson, won the women's 200 meter during the New York City Grand Prix. And I'm like really happy for her because people really have been praying on her downfall. Like people have really been praying on her downfall and she's out here doing her thing.
Have y'all seen
together and she's just doing it?
She really is. So she wore like a netted fit under her tracksuit and asking her like what was the reason behind it. And I love her response. She was pretty much saying, it makes me feel good. She said, I'm being who I am. She was like, and I want to teach younger people and I want to teach people that it's okay to be true to yourself. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Come on now.
Right.
She has tapped into her divine feminine.
She did. And she did.
Despite them trying to just say that she's masculine. Let's point that out.
Right. So I'm really happy for her. And I hope that, she learned from, I'm sure that she learned from her past to grow for her future. And I just, it's up from here for her. Like she's going to make history. I know that for sure. She changed the game. And I love that she's being who she want to be and not trying to, dim her light or trying to take away the nails and the lashes and, the hair. Because that's who she is. That's what she like. Why change it for the media? I'm going to run and look good at the same time.
Because what about it?
And what about it?
Kind of like FloJo, because FloJo kind of just sealed the deal for all of it. Yeah.
Yes. I think that's who inspired her, FloJo.
Yeah.
I love it. So my tea in the streets is, y'all, our girl. I don't know if everybody listens to her, but I know I listen to her and I love her because she be doing her. She graduated from college while still being a rapper. Meg Stallion. Like she's on her thing. She has a plan and I love it. But y'all, she's gonna be making a guest appearance throughout the next couple of episodes, throughout the season of P-Valley. And I love that for her. She's getting into acting. So I love that for her. Miss Tina Snow. Come on now.
Okay. Come on now. Okay. Running through your house like the Tomb
Raider. Okay.
Okay. So this about to come off the dome. All right. I think I want my tea in the streets to be Doja Cat. And I think I want her to be tea in the streets because a lot of the streets is talking about her weight loss. And I think that when we think about femininity, we have this specific body type in our mind that embodies what it means to be a feminine goddess and a woman within her power. And since she's lost weight, some of her curves aren't as defined as they were before. So, yeah, I kind of just wanted to say, like, it doesn't have to present in the way that you think it should as a smaller woman. Okay. A lot of times I understand that journey of being feminine and being looked at as someone who isn't worthy of the womanhood stamp. So I just wanted to touch on her. Like, yeah, she lost weight and she's still feminine. She's still great.
Right. And I hate that because like the internet and society will pass judgment and not saying that she has health issues, but you never know what someone is going through for to make judgment and pass judgment on like, oh, she lost a lot of weight, but that's none of your concern. Why are you worried?
Right.
That's the actor that passed away from Black Panther.
Chad Boseman.
They was making fun of his weight loss whole time he was sick.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So y'all, that's the tea in the streets. We're gonna move it right along. So let me put you on.
What y'all about to put me on to? Put me on some.
What can I put y'all on to? Because honestly,
Ooh.
Do you have something that you want to put us on to?
Oh, okay. So what I thought of was Ethereal, which is my new massage services. So I can put y'all on to that. That is new in the streets and it's something I want to put you on.
Yes,
yeah. So now I am currently offering a Swedish massage, which is basically relaxation massages for about $45 for a little under an hour. Just to get myself going into the field. But yeah, I graduated and I passed my exam. So I'm ready to start working on some bodies. Only serious inquiries only though.
Congratulations, first of all. But yeah, I'll definitely have to come to Florence and book you for sure.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I am booking, love.
I'm ready.
My neck cracking now, like I need it.
Let's sleep like a baby afterwards. Okay.
Okay. Dang, I Florence. I wish I'd been to this.
Oh, it just happened. It just happened.
Okay, I'll be back. Next month, July. I'll be back.
Yes. I love that. I love that. So let me put you on. All right. So y'all, let me tell y'all don't judge me right now because I really can't think of anything. But at the same time, I'm gonna put you on because
she tried to come up with something. I'm like trying to help her. I'm like, what?
Like for real, like if you really want to step into your divine femininity, go get you some lip gloss from the hair store. Them dollar lip glosses be hitting
every time. Every single time. I got about 3 of them.
Girl, I have a lot of them everywhere. I got yours too. You left yours in my bag.
I see that, and that's why I had to go get another one. Like, I got like 5 of them right here.
I got another one right here.
Because I lose one, I got to go get another one. Now I got one in my purse, like 2 in the drawer.
Because I need one in every bag. Honestly. Yep.
Because if I go somewhere and my lip gloss not popping, I just don't feel. I don't feel like the full force of my feminine energy.
Listen, come on now, like talk about it.
That's the feminine superhero costume is the lip gloss.
Because I'm trying to tell y'all see 4 of them right here. I just found 2 today. I'm gonna have to buy 3 more. Like I found 2 today, so I got 7 of them now.
I didn't even realize I had so many of them until I started cleaning up, and I was like, wait a minute.
That's where you been at. I was looking for it.
Okay, this whole time, and I went all the way back to the store, and you was right here.
Nah, but if you're like, I feel like as especially a black woman, if you're going to the hair store, you're gonna leave out with some lip gloss. It's man. So that's my put you on because I honestly I didn't really have. I couldn't think of.
Lip gloss stay popping. Okay.
Yeah. My lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss is cool. All of us.
Yeah, because I'm working. I ain't got no put me on with. So I don't even know what to put y'all on to, but since I'm gonna just follow behind K Antoinette with the business. That's all I got. Your girl just got her a 360 booth, so make sure y'all book Real Effect 360 in July. I will start my bookings in July going forward. So book Real REEL Effect 360 photo booth for your events and anything else, and just book Sheeta camera in general because I'm a photographer and videographer. I just bought me a new camera, so prices went up.
Hey.
Yes, ma'am.
So book your girl. That's all I got. Oh, y'all. So y'all need to go to Maggiano's. If y'all got a Maggiano's, find the nearest Maggiano's near to you. Get this Cacio Pepe. I don't know the real name of it, child. I ain't even gonna put y'all on this because I don't know the name of it. But it's good. That's what I ate for dinner today. Maggiano's. Get the family dinner, $40, and you eat all you want.
Food is bomb.
It's good.
Food is bomb.
You get a salad, 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, 2 the meals,
Mm-hmm.
2 main course, and 2 desserts.
For $40?
Yes,
that's better than Applebee's.
They kept bringing food out. And then here is how it works. So when you get your salad, you start with your salad. Order as much salad as you want. Here is what you need to do. Order your salad, as much salad as you want. Then if you try to take some salad to go, can I get a to-go box? Pack that salad to go. Then you go on to the appetizers. Order as much appetizer if you want. If you want to take something to go, can I get a to-go box? And then pack your appetizers and so on. So the way that it works is once you go to the next step, you can't go back.
Oh.
Once I get to my appetizers, I can't go back and get a salad.
Because they know people gonna get a box. I'm sorry.
Yeah, once I get my entrees, I can't go back. So make sure you order more than what you're going to eat so you can take some food home.
I know that's right.
And that is how Maggiano's work. For $40, you can't beat that. It's really $38, but we're going to add that $2 in there because you need to add her a tip. Really need to add her more than $2 tip, but you know what I'm saying.
You definitely, girls. What you mean? You ain't had no put me on. You gotta put.
Sam will tell you, I eat Maggiano's every week. Every week I go to Maggiano's.
I mean, you getting 2 meals. Well, more than 2 meals. You getting lunch, little dinner, little snack. I mean, I don't blame you. You ain't got to buy no groceries.
We had so much food. I went there for my birthday, and we had so much food.
And it was so good. It was so good.
They chicken parm. Whew. Okay,
you done put me on. I gotta find one of those.
Maggiano's. I know it's one in Atlanta. I went to one in Philly. I don't know any other locations, but I'm sure it's like different ones around the world.
Because we know Florence ain't got it.
Yeah. I mean, they trying. You know, they coming up a little bit.
Downtown is looking. Okay, I was like, okay, downtown.
Downtown good. They got the little food truck little thing.
Yeah, and they got the little vibes, 843 vibes. I like the little setup. I've never been, but
that's right up the street from me. It's actually really nice in there.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go because I just seen pictures and I was like, okay, this looks like a vibe I can get with. I like it. It's real calm. I was like, okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, that was the let me put you on.
You got to a lot.
Huh?
You got to put Maggiano sponsor me.
No, for real. Oh, they still need to put me on because y'all. I'm gonna put y'all on to something else. If you need your locks done, please come to Sammy Soul by Locks. We do locks. We do colorful, natural hair treatments because I'm trying to tell you, I can get you right. I don't know where you've been going before, but I promise you, this experience.
Look at my hair. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna laugh.
I had this for 3 weeks. Okay.
Come on now. You're gonna laugh. I'm gonna make sure you watch something good on TV or whether you listen to me. Listen, it's gonna be an experience, baby. So get your locks done. SoulLocks.Sam.
Oh, that's right. Okay, all 3 business women. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
creatives.
Yes, I love it.
I love it. So y'all, we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna get into phase 6 with the game. And y'all, we're gonna play 2 truths and a lie.
I don't even know what to say about like what my 2 truths are about to be.
Okay, trust me, it took me a minute to figure out mine. So who wants to go first? You? Okay, I'll go first.
I don't got mine. I'm just ready.
Okay, so my 2 truths and a lie is I ran track for 1 day. I have 16 nieces and nephews, and I made the basketball team in middle school, but I never played a game.
2 truths and a lie.
The truth is you ran track for 1 day.
I feel like the last one is true too, so it got to be the middle. So you got probably a good number of nieces and nephews, but maybe not 16. That's the lie.
Okay,
what?
Let me get it out. Okay, so the lie is I made the basketball team. Y'all, they cut me the first tryouts. I was cut. Ooh, child. I was horrible.
I feel you. I ain't got no coordination like that
Yeah, I will
either.
never forget that lady say, "Go sit down, baby," and I just looked at her because she had to do that. So I do have 16 nieces and nephews, and I did track for one day, and then after that first day, I was like, I ain't doing this.
I remember the track part.
Yeah, I'm not doing this. I was over it. Like, what? No.
I know you got a lot of grandkids. I just didn't know how much.
Yeah. That lady wounded me with that basketball thing. She said, "Go sit down, baby."
To this day.
Trauma. Well, who's up next?
I guess I'll go. I'll let K Internet take her time. Dang, I don't even know what to. I'm nervous. Okay. My favorite wine is Moscato. My favorite candle smell is peppermint. 2 truths and a lie? That's 2 lies. I gotta start over. Wait.
Because I was like, she said something about red wine earlier, so I don't know about this Moscato.
Okay. Let's start over. Okay. So my favorite, let me see. Okay. My favorite flower is sunflowers.
I was going to use that one.
My favorite coffee is Black Pike. And let me see. It's so quiet.
We're waiting.
We was waiting on the third one.
The third one is okay, my favorite filmmaker is Spike Lee.
Okay. So I'm kind of thrown off because I want to say the lie is your favorite about the coffee. For the simple, I'm gonna go with the coffee. I'm gonna go with coffee.
Yeah, I believe the sunflowers. I think I believe the Spike Lee. I don't know. My mind is flashing with that one though. Like from our interview, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go with the coffee, and I'm okay with being wrong.
Hey, you guys are right. I don't drink coffee.
Okay. But you had me stumped because the other day you was like, I had coffee for the first time, and being that you said you had coffee, and I was like, okay, maybe that's the type of coffee she had, and now she liked it. So you had me confused. So that's why.
Yeah, sure. I hate coffee. Coffee is nasty. So I don't have a favorite coffee.
Okay. All right.
I feel so bad because I'm talking about my favorite flowers is sunflowers, and my sunflowers is looking here dead.
I just bought some the other day, and they looking sad too. I think it's too sunny.
So they must be like this. They're like this.
Oh no. Them babies need some water. All right. Okay. My favorite liquor is Jameson. I am a twin, and I drive a Hyundai.
This is hard.
What it is?
Everybody that we don't know you at all, so it's like okay. So you said Jameson, twin, Hyundai. I think you drive a Hyundai.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with your favorite liquor is Jameson.
Your favorite liquor? She got a twin?
I don't know. I just feel like that's right though. In my soul, something telling me that's not a lie. I don't know.
My favorite liquor is Jameson.
Oh.
And I do drive a Hyundai.
She
Oh,
those really some good
Yeah, that was a good one. I
That
think
was-
me and Sam was hard because we know each other, so it's just like
Yeah.
trying to catch each other off guard. But that was good.
I like it. So we're gonna skip. Well, no, we're not gonna skip. So we usually phase 7 is ask us anything or advice. So I'm gonna leave this open. Like Kate Antoinette, like if you have any questions for us, or if you have any questions for us, like do anybody have any questions?
Oh, Sam, you got questions?
That's what I said. Is if anybody, I'm included in that too.
Do I have any questions?
Oh, I do have a question. What book are you guys, if you're reading a book, what book are you guys currently reading?
What is a book? I'm honestly not reading anything right now, but I need to be reading. I've been on and off reading. Let me show y'all.
Yeah, but so I had to run and get mine.
Oh, I don't have my book. My book's usually right here. But I was on and off reading Save the Cat. That's a screenwriting book. And I was reading it's a financial book that I have. Financial something. It's a finance book that I'm on and off reading, and also The Sacred Woman.
I'm not that. I finally said I was gonna read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Bleep.
Oh, okay. I got that's good.
Because I've seen it and I've like flipped through it a few times, but I've never actually read it. So I picked it up the other day when I was at the bookstore. I was like, okay, I got free time now. Let me read it. And then it was this other book, but I cannot think of the name of it. But it's kind of like an African love story. I've been reading that one off and on a little bit. You know, it's taking me progressively longer the busier I get to actually finish a book now. So something that would take me like a week to read is taking me like a couple of months.
Right.
So I'm in between two books. You said The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It's crazy because this book is like literally looking at me right now. I have yet to open it though. But once I finish these two books, I'm in between because I'm actually right now I'm reading The Evolved Woman by Sarah Jacobs Robert. And
Roberts.
What I said?
Sarah Jacobs.
I definitely said Jacobs. Her name is Jakes, y'all. That's TD Jake's daughter.
I had listened to one of her sermons about finding your passion again. That was really good.
Yeah, she does really good with her sermons.
And another book is a sci-fi kind of book. The Children of the. I'm probably wording this wrong.
Children of the Corn.
Definitely not.
I say Stephen King.
Children born of Bone and Blood.
Oh, I know that it's like a series book, Bone and Blood.
Yeah, I'm in between those two books, but right now my main focus is Women Evolve. So I'm in between those two.
I'm also interested in. There's this book that got some buzz about it. It's called The Mountain Is You. So I'm gonna check that out and see.
The Mountain Is You.
And I think it's kind of like in the self-help genre, but it's more, I guess, talking about like the things that we have to like work within ourselves to get to the things that matter to us, and kind of dealing with the daily like struggles mentally and emotionally.
Interesting.
Right. So, y'all, that was the phase 7 acting questions. Oh, well, no, I'm lying. Do you guys have questions? I was moving a little too fast.
Oh, no, I don't.
I don't think I have any.
So, y'all, we're going to move on to phase 8, which is the quote that we all have. One of you guys can go first on your quotes.
I'll go. This has been on my heart heavy and in my mind, so I'm just gonna share it with the world.
Yes, ma'am. Get right.
I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I am divine. That is my song, yeah. I love that song. I'm unbeatable, I'm creative, honey. You can get in line. That's my quote. I know it's a song, but the words is like
yeah,
it's different.
Oh, let me just finish this stanza. It says, I am feminine, I am masculine, I am everything I want. I can teach you, I can love you if you got it going on.
Okay, you gotta have it going on.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I like that. For me, I'm gonna do one that's always been used, but I think is appropriate for the episode, and it's well-behaved women seldom make history. And I've always loved that quote. Sometimes it gets popularized by the feminist, the kind of white feminist movement.
Right.
But when I think about embracing who I am and coming into my feminine power, I think that one speaks volumes, because being feminine doesn't mean I'm gonna be well behaved in your standards. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna just conform to your idea of what that means. It means I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna make history however I choose.
I love it. I love that. I love that. Mine is it's coming from a song as well, is India Ari. And if you know me, you know that is my
yes, ma'am.
That is my fave. And I feel like it fits the topic because she's pretty much saying, and what she said, I'm not your average girl from the video. And that pretty much the whole song, I want to quote it, but pretty much what I take from that is pretty much she's like, you know what, I'm standing true to who I am. I don't have to be anybody else. And who I am is enough. And I love that. So.
Mm-hmm. Every freckle on my face is where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's my baby.
I didn't know you could sing.
Oh, y'all. This was a great episode. It was a great topic. We really appreciate you, K Internet, for joining us. Like, yes, this is so dope.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. Y'all have such amazing energy and chemistry. So I'm honored to be here on your podcast, because I think it's a great format, as I said before.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. From the phases of you and I.
Yeah. So before we go, K Internet, please let everyone know where they can follow you, your personal, your business, your podcast. Let the people know.
Again, I am the host of LBF Podcast. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at K_the blogger. The Let's Build Futures page is the podcast Instagram page, and you can follow that at let's_build_futures. Or you can visit letsbuildfutures.com. I have my blog post and the podcast episodes on that website as well. LBF Podcast, you can type that in YouTube. You can see the visual episodes. And if you want to talk to me and give me suggestions, or, just whatever, shoot the shit, you can hit me up at allthingslbf@gmail.com. And yeah, it's great.
Follow on TikTok, because don't try to shy away from the TikTok. Okay. Follow her on TikTok.
Listen, I be forgetting what my TikTok handle is, so I don't try to unplug it. I literally don't know what that handle is. I just be up there. But yes, I am on TikTok.
Let the people know what you're offering again with the body services. Shout that out, put that out there too.
Your picnic service.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at y'all. You're so supportive. But yes, so the massage therapy services that I offer is called Ethereal Experience. And basically right now I'm having a summer special. So $45, you get 50 minutes of a relaxation massage known as a Swedish massage given by me. And you can hit me up in my DMs. You can hit me up at K_the blogger until I get an official page. Just because I just literally started. I just finished school. So that's why everything is up in the air. But it is a professional massage. I went through the training 8 months and got my license, which was not an easy task. So yeah, it's just like you would be going to a spa. Except I'd be coming to you, because it is a mobile massage service locally. Let me plug that in there, because they'll be calling me from California, okay?
Because I'm about to say, okay, you come to Atlanta.
When I'm in Atlanta, I can bring the table, but that people,
Let me know when you come to Atlanta so you can bring the table.
Yeah. And then my picnic service, that's Creative Pickings. I do special events usually dates and couples, more intimate settings. And I choose a park or a hotel or even a home setup for you to have like a very special date experience with your significant other or a friend group, somebody you love, or just by yourself as well. I make it special. You pick out the color, the food, and then I just make it an experience for you. So you can hit me up, creativepickings at gmail.com if you want to book those services as well.
I love it. I love it. Love it. Danny, you want to let the people know where to follow you?
Follow me on everything. They already know, at Danny K, at Self-Satially Sensual, at Sheeta Camera, and at Really Fat 360.
I know that's right. And you guys can follow me at Sammy Soul, the number 2, and Soul Locks by Sam. And also, you guys follow us at Faces of You and I on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter. Follow us. Listen to our podcast. Listen to Let's Build Futures podcast, because y'all, we are 3 Black women that are out here doing our thing.
Mm-hmm. And doing it well.
Yes. Because really giving, if you're a Black girl, then do your thing. And we are. So, y'all, I enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys enjoy, because this is dope.
It definitely was. I had fun. Thank you, Kay Antoinette, again. It was
Thank you.
a pleasure having you, and it was so much fun. I really enjoy your energy.
Thank you. You too.
Yes.
So, y'all, this is the end of the podcast. We'll see y'all next episode. Until next time, peace.
Bye.